Field by field, Maizex is bringing Canadian seed to farmers across Canada. Maizex is your source for high-performance soybeans and grain, silage, and grazing corn hybrids. Visit maizex.com to find your local Maizex representative.
Hey, welcome back to Real Agriculture. My name is Chase Chambers, and I'm here with Adrienne Levay of Lakeland College, and today we're going to be talking about the fundamentals of farm data and building data literacy. So, first of all, why is technology and data literacy that comes from that so important?
It's important because there's a lot of technology emerging in agriculture. Some of it's great, some of it's not so good. We don't know some of it, how good it's going to be. But what is important is to understand that fundamentally data underpins almost all of these technologies, and the way that data can provide value, to provide insights around operations and decision making. And so it's kind of a part and parcel. If you want to get into technology, you're going to have to get into data, and understanding at least the fundamentals of data and what it is and why high quality data is important to collect. That is really, a baseline level of where, everyone should start to be, not even just producers, everybody.
And what are some of the sources of data that you're hoping more people are understanding of or able to interpret?
So what's interesting is that a lot of the data that producers are going to encounter is already packaged up in really nice dashboards. So, whether it's something that's geospatial and you can see it, right on the field. I think there's actually, I think, a lot of room for growth around the adoption of aerial imaging and looking for stress in crops. And also even, with that case for like testing different treatments out, and then having that aerial image of you can actually visually see the difference when you've got treatments that are making a difference. So things like that I think are really exciting.
Can you talk about the Emily collaboration, the modules, and then kind of some of the goals behind that?
Yeah, so Emily, the Enterprise Machine Intelligence Learning Institute out of Winnipeg, received funding from Protein Industries Canada, I think back in like 2021. And part of that funding was going to be used for improving data literacy among providers. There was a whole element of it where they wanted to look at the possibility for traceability along the value chains in crops. It's very challenging because you've got a lot of people and actors in the value chain. You've got, what data, we wouldn't even know what data to trace across the value chain. There's no standards around that. But what they realized as they started to develop that project was that there is just a general data literacy, a lack of it, I guess, if you will. And so another part of the pillar of this funding was then used to develop this collaboration where it was, this first set of modules, there's going to be 10 modules. We've developed the first 4, and that was with Lakeland College, Assiniboine College, and Sask Polytech, and Community Safety Knowledge Alliance. So we've got a module available that's just about data generally. So what is it? We've got a module on data in agriculture. So where's data being collected on farm? What are the flows going of where data is coming from, and then where it's going to, where it's being stored, how it's being used. And then the other module is working with your data, and that is all about trying to convince the learner that collecting high quality, precise data is really important if you're going to get any value out of it. And then also getting the message across that you don't have to do this alone. Get a team together who knows how to do these things, and get that support if you're interested in using data in a really effective way. And then the other module that's developed is the cybersecurity, on-farm cybersecurity module, where it provides a bunch of really great tools around mitigating risk on the farm in terms of cybersecurity incidents, but also raising awareness around the susceptibility of primary producers to cyber hacks, just like all of us are susceptible when we get a link on our phone, right? And we click it, it's from Canada Post telling us that they're delivering something. So everybody's susceptible. Primary producers we have defined as even more important than the average person because it's part of the critical infrastructure of of our society. And so if something happens and production gets shut down, we have a real problem.
Is there a place people can find these
yeah,
modules?
It's online. So the QR code, it's all free. It's available online. You can do them whenever you want on your own time. You don't even have to sign up or sign in or register. So it's a real come and go. Go where you want with it. There's no quizzes really or anything like that. So it's just a nice, easy, accessible set of resources.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then what advice do you have for growers who are trying to become more literate with their data?
Yeah, I think just starting to dabble toes in. One thing I think is particularly important is just starting to gain that basic understanding so you can start asking the questions to your service providers. So to your equipment dealers, to your agronomists, asking them about data, asking them about how your data is being used. That's a really basic fundamental starting point. If there's growing interest and you want to learn more about how to even work with data, like using data off your combine, then you can start, just milling about, reaching out to continuing education courses around, if it's geospatial software or whatever you want to do. But there's lots of ways to get in. The internet is a plethora of YouTube videos and free resources to learn how to work with data if one is interested in going further with it, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.